There comes a moment in every journey when the voice inside you whispers louder than the noise around you, but the question is, will you listen? Once upon a time, in a busy city full with cars, streetlights, and people found their daily activities, there lived a pretty lady. Her name was Elena, 25 years old, quiet, brilliant, and utterly convinced she had nothing worth saying. While others her age were launching careers, traveling the world, or lighting up social media, Elena lived in the shadows, working at a local bookstore, avoiding attention, and secretly dreaming of standing on stage, not to be seen, but to be heard. "I don't want fame," she once whispered to herself. "I just want my words to matter." Her dream? To become a motivational speaker. But there was just one problem. Every time she stood up to speak, her voice disappeared. Literally, sweaty palms, shaking knees, a blank mind, and worst of all, silence. Her first attempt was at a local women's empowerment event. She lasted 12 seconds before rushing off stage. The second time, a webinar. She forgot her script and froze in front of a webcam. And the third, a community workshop where someone actually laughed at her silence. The laughter echoed long after the room was empty. "Maybe I'm just not meant for this," she thought. "Maybe my voice isn't strong enough." A few weeks later, Elena's grandfather passed away, a kind man who always believed in her, though he rarely said much. At the funeral, while helping sort through his belongings, she found something unexpected tucked away in an old trunk, a leather-bound journal. It wasn't her grandfather's. It belonged to her late grandmother, Margaret, a woman Elena had never met but always heard stories about. A woman once known as the voice of the new city, a powerful speaker, writer, and activist. Inside the journal were handwritten quotes, page after page of resilience, hope, and hard-won wisdom. One read, "The strongest voice is often the one that trembles at first." Another, "Failure is not the opposite of success, it's the doorway to it." And on the last page, in faded ink, "Speak even if your voice shakes, because someone out there needs to hear what only you can say." Elena cried for the first time in weeks. She took the journal home and read every page again and again. It became her compass. Each quote, a stepping stone. Each entry, a mirror. Over the next several months, Elena began to change, not overnight, but gradually. She started small, reading quotes aloud in her room, then recording voice memos, then speaking up during staff meetings. "Courage doesn't roar," she reminded herself. "Sometimes it's the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, 'I'll try again tomorrow.'" And try she did. Elena enrolled in local speaking workshops. She joined online communities. She practiced relentlessly, not to become perfect, but to become real. Every time doubt returned, she'd open her grandmother's journal. Every time fear knocked, she'd answer with preparation, passion, and purpose. 1 year later, Elena stood backstage at a very big event in the city. The red circle on stage looked terrifying. The crowd, even more so. But this time, she wasn't shaking. In her hand, a folded piece of paper. Not a script, just one quote. "Speak even if your voice shakes." The lights dimmed. Her name was called. Applause rose, and Elena walked forward. Her voice trembled at first, then steadied, then soared. She told her story, her failures, her fears, her transformation. She read from the journal. She spoke of her grandmother, and when she finished, the entire auditorium stood in silence, then erupted in applause. Elena, the girl who once couldn't say a word, had just spoken words that moved hundreds. But the real victory? She had finally heard herself. The quiet voice within you, it's not weak, it's waiting for you to trust it, to believe that your words, your story, your voice matters. So to you, watching this right now, maybe you've failed, maybe you've been laughed at, maybe your voice has trembled one too many times, but remember this, your story is not over, and your voice, it's more powerful than you know. Don't wait to be ready. Don't wait to be perfect. Speak, rise, begin, because someone, somewhere, needs to hear what only you can say. If this message touches you, if it teaches you something important, subscribe to Awaken Greatness and stay tuned for more.